Welcome to Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin, and today I'm in Ayutthaya, Thailand. This is an ancient city just about an hour and a half drive north of Bangkok. And in 2022, Michelin has added Ayutthaya to their guide of Thailand. So I've come here today to check out all the famous foods that you can try here in Ayutthaya and also check out these ancient sites and temples. This morning I've just come to have a coffee at this place called Sala Ayutthaya, and it's got this beautiful view over the river here. So I'm gonna grab a coffee and then start eating. So they've served the cappuccino, iced cappuccino, to me in this kind of like a glass milk jug, and it has incredible views over the temple across the river. This cafe, Sala Ayutthaya. Just starting my day here, but I'm ready to go eat some traditional Ayutthaya style Thai food. So this cafe is also a hotel. They have this really cool like brick walkway and a nice looking pool. Fancy stuff, but I'm going to eat some street food.
ซื้อตลาดที่5 บาท 10 บาทแช่ตู้เย็นหมดเสียหมดไอ้นี่ปลูกไว้กินน้องสักครู่นะ
So my first stop today is at a little shop that's selling satay, so grilled meat on sticks. It's marinated in this beautiful looking yellow rich sauce, and then he's grilling it on charcoal, and you can order as many pieces as you want, and I just ordered 10 for 70 baht. It smells really good, and this is one of the Michelin recommended Bib Gourmand restaurants, one of 10 here in Ayutthaya. So let's try it out. So I've got my 10 pieces of satay here, and it's served with a little salad, like a cucumber onion salad with some chilies, and then of course the sauce too. And this is pork satay. You can see that beautiful yellow color with some charcoal burns on it, and there's big chunks of fat I can see too, and go for a generous dip in there. Let's try that. Yum. Oh man. That sauce is awesome. It's a little bit peanutty and it's a little bit spicy too. The meat is so tender, and then that fat just melted in my mouth too. That sauce is just to die for. There's chunks of peanuts in there and that big piece of chili, and you can just smell the charcoal smoke from the grill. What an atmosphere. They're perfect one-biters. Yum. The meat is just so soft. I'm guessing they put some kind of ingredients in the marinade to tenderize it, or maybe they've pounded it as well. And then the smell of that charcoal grill, it just makes my mouth water. These are awesome. And there's like chunks of fat on there. Yum. And then chase it with some salad. It's a little bit sweet. Yum. That smells so good. Those were some awesome satay skewers. You gotta try this out in Ayutthaya, but it's really just an appetizer. I'm gonna go have a bowl of noodles now. Hey guys, today's video sponsor is Manta Sleep. So they have reinvented and made the world's best sleeping mask. And I'm gonna give you my honest review of this product. I've been sleeping with it for the last couple of weeks, and I have noticed some serious changes in my life. My mood has been better. I've been getting incredible sleeps, and it's so comfy. I was concerned about it kind of falling off or being uncomfortable when I'm laying down in bed because I sleep on my side, but it's actually all padded the whole way around. And then you get these little cups right here that are removable, and you can change the size. I went with a large size, and it's the perfect travel companion, especially for when you're on the plane. Having this thing on is literally as dark as it gets. It's like sensory deprivation and super comfy. I don't even know if I'm looking at the camera right now or not. You guys can get 10% off your Manta Sleep sleeping mask with the coupon code Chopstick Travel. I highly recommend it. It's really changed the game. If you're sleeping in any kind of not ideal conditions, some light coming in, you work night shifts, maybe you're just traveling on the bus and you want to get a couple hours of sleep, this thing is the way to go. Let's get back to the video.
ตัวตรวจสอบให้ยายเลยบ้านมีชื่อเสียงดังกระชอน YouTube เหรอลูกแล้วเยอะไหมคนติดตามเยอะไหมลูกมันเป็นก๋วยเตี๋ยวหนูอธิบายให้ฟังเป็นก๋วยเตี๋ยวต้อในชามอย่างเงี้ยลูกเนี่ยก๋วยเตี๋ยวต้อในชามมันเป็นก๋วยเตี๋ยวเรือสมัยเก่ามันจะไม่มีแล้วเนี่ยต้อในชามมันจะไม่มี
So this is the noodle shop. It's called Bap Porn, and she's serving tom yum noodles. She is like the noodle master here. She's getting all the bowls prepped with the different ingredients, and there is gonna be, I don't know, 15, 20 different things on her table, and she's just like a master grabbing all these different things. She does serve yen tofu, another type of noodle, but I'm gonna have the tom yum noodle, and wow. I think it's gonna be really good. She's warned me it's gonna be spicy and they're super friendly. So here is the bowl of tom yum noodles. There's so many different ingredients in here and I'm just gonna mix it all up. There's lots of peanuts and chilies in there. There's a big fish cake, the red pork. This is an interesting ingredient. It's like a half a meatball and half a piece of tofu. And then this is a taro fritter, some fish balls in there. And she's seasoned it already, so I'm not going to add anything quite yet until I try it out. It's definitely spicy, but it's actually got quite a bit of sweetness coming from that broth as well. It's sweeter than I was expecting. So I'm gonna try out this meatball slash piece of tofu here. It's kind of big, but I'm gonna go for one bite. I'd say it's like 80% tofu, 20% meat. And the broth is actually way sweeter than I was expecting it to be. And spicy. Yeah, definitely spicy. They're quite famous for their red pork here too. Let's give this a try. Yeah, it's just like a typical bowl of tom yum noodles. I've never had one of these taro fritters before. Oh, super crunchy. Anytime I see this chili vinegar on the table, it's a must add. Even though she seasoned it quite well, it's a little bit sweet, so this will help balance it out. The vinegar. Thank you. Wow, really delicious noodles. You gotta come check it out. Classic ancient bowl of tom yum noodles here in Ayutthaya. Bye bye. Just down the street from Bap Porn noodle shop, there is this bun shop and they have all kinds of different steamed buns. So I just ordered roasted red pork and then one with custard. And they've just got these things stacked high. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them stacked and they have all kinds of different flavors. It smells really good, and just check out in back there. They're probably making thousands of buns a day. Wow. So this is the roasted red pork bun. Super fluffy feeling. I'm just gonna peel the bottom off and, oh, I'm gonna accidentally rip into the inside. There you go. Sneak peek of all that red pork on the inside, and it's got a little red dot on the top too. I gotta eat this upside down now. This is a popular shop. People are lined up to buy their buns. Wow. It's so pillowy, and the meat is nice and lean, but then there's also chunks of fat in there, and all of the flavor is absorbed into that bun, but it's just so soft. They're very generous with the filling, and you can see it's kind of tinted the bun. Yum. That's good. So they also offer sweet versions of the buns. This one is with the custard, egg custard, and with a green dot to let you know that it's custard, I guess. Let's try it out. Oh, that's why it's green, because the custard has pandan in it. Wow. I think there might be a little bit of coconut in there too. That is super creamy. Look at that. Yum. With the fluffy bun, that just goes so well. I was not expecting that. The pandan flavor is nice and kind of fruity. Yum. So after my little street food tour this morning in Ayutthaya, I've come to Wat Mahat. This is probably the most famous site here in Ayutthaya. So Ayutthaya used to be the Siamese kingdom capital, and this is an ancient temple complex with these massive structures made of brick. There's these walking paths, and some of them are leaning. There's some old Buddha statues as well, and somewhere here there's a Buddha head that's inside of a tree, so that's what I'm kind of looking for. But wow, just check this out. It's so beautiful, and there's tons of these structures everywhere you look. So the ticket price for foreigners is only 50 baht, and this place is huge. You can walk around here for quite a while, and it's definitely worth coming to check out. Right now there's almost no tourists here, and I think this is a really good time to visit Thailand. They've recently opened up with their test and go system, so it's very easy to come here and visit nowadays, and you get places like this almost all to yourself. So I have found the Buddha head completely encased in the roots of a Bodhi tree. So it used to be on top of a statue, but then it fell off, and then it was put here, and the tree slowly grew around it, and you could not remove the Buddha head unless you cut down that tree. It's completely in there, and this is probably the most famous, or one of the most famous sites in all of Ayutthaya, so you have to come see it. It's really, really cool. So Wat Mahat goes back at least 600 years, the history here, and there's some areas like where I'm standing right now that you can go up on top of the old ruins. They're really falling apart, but it makes for a really interesting, picturesque atmosphere, and it's super expansive. There is a lot of different structures. Definitely a must visit here in Ayutthaya. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break until this evening and then go out to Ayutthaya's famous night market. So I've made it to the night market. It's about 7:30 on a Tuesday, and it's pretty dead here. There's not a whole lot going on. The food looks like it's good, but it looks like they're all packing up to go home for the end of the day. Everyone's just selling the last little bit. So I'm thinking I might actually just go for dinner at another restaurant. So I've come to another Michelin Bib Gourmand restaurant here in Ayutthaya. This place is sprawling right out onto the street. I'm sitting right on the street, and you can see in this roundabout behind me a big chitty or a stupa. And this restaurant's known for the owner being a little bit hardcore. He's a little bit rude. There's no menu. You just gotta order whatever he recommends pretty much. So let's see what we get. So I've got my first dish here. It's a big bowl of tom yum goong. So shrimp in here, there's mushrooms, big chunks of onions, tomatoes, some greens, and I've also just got a bowl of rice over here too. And I thought my eyes were tricking me because I thought it looked blue, but it really is blue. It has blue pea flour in the rice. I'm just gonna try the broth, put it in my bowl over here. Oh. Wow, it hits you in the back of the throat. That is nice and sour too, yum. Okay, let me actually get some of the goodies here. Some mushroom, tomato, and one of these shrimp, and put it on my blue pea flour rice, which is pretty unique. And let me try this shrimp with a little bit of tomato and some of that rice. Oh, super meaty shrimp. I love the spice in there. It's like more of a black pepper tasting spice, really hits you in the back of the throat. And there's some pieces that are inedible in there, so like big chunks of ginger that you're gonna want to avoid. The rice, I don't think it has any special flavor. It's just for the appearance, but really good tom yum soup. So this is another one of their popular dishes. It's a crispy pork, and it's topped with green onions. There's chilies. You see lots of garlic, and you can see the pieces of the pork belly there. Whoa. Wow. There's a lot of garlic in there, and then the fresh green onions on top. But wow, that is some seriously crunchy pork. The moo grub, the crispy pork here in Thailand, has really impressed me. It's always super, super crispy, and I love it. Oh my God. Yeah, that is so crunchy. So this is a very typical Thai restaurant with dishes that can be found all around the country. They're not necessarily specific to Ayutthaya, but almost nothing stays open late here in this town. It's quite a sleepy town, so this is pretty much one of my only options to come and have some street food tonight for dinner. Not a bad way to end my day here in Ayutthaya with some typical Thai fare, street side of course. This is a really cool town. Unfortunately, I feel like I didn't get to explore enough today, so I'm gonna go a little bit deeper in the next episode, but the food was good. There's so much street food here, and it's a really historical, ancient, interesting city that's only a very short 1.5 hour drive from Bangkok, so definitely worth a visit. And Michelin has added Ayutthaya to its 2022 Thailand Michelin guide, so the food here is definitely worth coming alone for that. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified when I post the next video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.